Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, between Dallas and Fort Worth is sold out. The first appearance ever in the playoffs for the Atlanta Falcons, quarterbacked by Steve Bartkowski. Roger Staubach leads Dallas and does it well.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer, who invite you to see and test drive the all-new LTD and Mustang. The Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by the J.C. Penney battery. It's the last battery your car will ever need.
It's 32 degrees in Texas for this playoff match between the Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys, and a good afternoon to you. I'm Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire, as you would expect. And what do you think about this contest?
Well, I think that this gutsy Atlanta team recovered 25 fumbles, which was number one in the NFL, and I have a feeling Tony Dorsett will be tested early. He had 12 himself, and if the Atlanta team is going to be in this game, they've got to use turnovers, good defense, and try to keep Dallas into that slow start that they've been known for.
I was interested last night in listening to Tom Landry talk about the 2-week layoff. The Falcons, of course, played Philadelphia last week. Dallas took a rest, and he doesn't know how that affected his team or what effect it's had.
And Roger Staubach, the number one quarterback in at least this conference, maybe in all of football, he's coming off a hand injury and a foot injury, and he can also start slowly once in a while. We'll see if he's high and wide early. We'll know.
We'll have a chance to watch him first because Dallas has won the toss. It is freezing in Dallas. Temperature right at the 32-degree mark and deep for the Cowboys. Butch Johnson and Larry Brinson, 36 and 86. 86 is Butch. The officials, Thomas, they've been around a while.
91 years of professional experience in this officiating booth. 28 by Stan Jabbey, number 29.
Tim Mazzetti. A line drive kickoff to Butch Johnson. He handles at his own 5. The game is underway. With a 32. By Bob Glazebrook for Atlanta. The Dallas offensive line.
Donovan, Scott, Fitzgerald, Rafferty, and of course Rayfield Wright, the big cat back at right tackle, and playing very well.
The receivers are very, very good. Tony Hill and Drew Pearson wide. Billy Joe Dupree, the tight end.
And Dupree may get a lot of action with this big blitzing Atlanta defense.
Dorsett and Laidlaw will operate behind Roger Staubach. First down, Dallas at their own 31. Pittsburgh has advanced to the AFC Championship. They defeated Denver 33-10. Three-man front for Atlanta. Laidlaw struggles for about 5. Robert Pennywell makes the tackle. Here's the Atlanta defense.
All right, that's Yates, Bailey, Lewis, and Merrill. Now, once in a while, you'll get Lewis out of there, make that Bailey out of there. They'll go with 3 down men and 4 linebackers, and they will blitz.
How about these linebackers?
Captain Crazy, Kuykendall, Pennywell, Brazina. Brazina had 8 sacks this year.
They lost their key man in that secondary, Easterling, earlier in the year, but that group there has played very well.
And Roland Lawrence is a heck of a cornerback at the left side.
5 yards by Laidlaw on the first down, so it's 2nd and 5 Dallas. Laidlaw again, near a first down.
Time Dallas brought their offensive right tackle Rayfield Wright back in an outside trap by the tackle. But I'll tell you, the recovery by this bunch in red is incredible. I might as well say what Jeff Yates told Jerry Glanville, his coach, before the game. He says, happy hand grenades, and don't take any prisoners. It's do or die for us today.
Laidlaw just about a half yard shy of the first down, so make it 3rd and about a half yard. Robert Newhouse, by the way, is available. Did work out, but he is not 100%. So Laidlaw has carried twice. 3 tight end offense.
Oh.
Enough for the first.
Roger gets it himself. Watch the action of the linemen. Let's see if we get any pulling action like they may be going wide. They do pull. Offensive tackles pull, and Roger goes ahead and dips in after a little bit of a hesitation step.
Wilson Famwina made the stop on Staubach.
It's 275. Large indeed.
First down, Dallas at their own 39. This is the first offensive series. Dorsett hit way behind the line of scrimmage by Roland Lawrence, I would imagine.
That time they blitzed them. That was the first blitz we've seen from this Atlanta defense. And they do this, they say, 65% of the time. Watch the top of your screen, you'll see the cornerback blitz. And T.D. Dorsett has nowhere to go. Watch the top of your screen. That's Frank Reed, the safety man that made the move. Both outside linebackers came, and I think Kuykendall was grooving too.
So it'll be a second down for Dallas. They lost 6. Line of scrimmage, their own 33. No scores yet. Blitz again. Drew Pearson had the ball right on his fingertips. A good throw from Staubach.
It's a quick slant, and he had about 1.5 yards on bias, and the ball was right on. Remember that. Rogers' first real throw was right on the money and dropped.
Notice that Drew Pearson is wearing gloves in this freezing temperature. They're expecting sometime later this afternoon freezing rain. Lehman Bennett.
Boy, what a job he's done. He was the NFC Coach of the Year a year ago when he got him 7-7. Here he is in the playoffs in year number 2.
So it'll be a third down for the Cowboys, and the shotgun is unveiled for the first time. Preston Pearson back with Staubach, who lofts the field to Drew Pearson, who's got it. Out of bounds at the Atlanta 27. Rick Bias made the tackle, and another good throw from Staubach.
Atlanta did not think that the shotgun would bother their blitz. Now, watch how many Atlanta Falcons come. Now watch how the Dallas protection is. It's excellent. Post corner, and Pearson doesn't drop 2 in a row. I don't think I've ever seen him drop 2 in a row.
Super throw from number 12. He's still the clutch receiver.
This is from down on the field. You can see it.
They mark it at the Atlanta 28 when all of that's over.
45th catch for number 88. Dallas is knocking already. They look hot.
Laidlaw. Not much. Jim Bailey led the Atlanta defense.
The 260-pounder from Kansas. That time they tried the inside trap. Again, you're not blocking the same person twice in a row. And this is the most confusing thing for a disciplined offense like the Cowboys. Where do all the red shirts come from? They do twist and squirm, don't they?
Lehman Bennett said yesterday, when you blitz as much as we do, you're trying to hide weaknesses somewhere, but they hide it well. Second and 9. Quick again. Caught again. And what a catch by Drew Pearson.
Great pass protection, and that time Roger came straight over and down with it, a little low. Pearson isn't bad for a free agent that just walked in and said, I think I can play.
Rick Bias tackled him.
And good pop blocking. That means the offensive lineman went out and got Atlanta right on the line of scrimmage.
Enough for Dallas first down at the Atlanta 14. 11:15 left to play first quarter. No score.
They don't look like the layoffs hurt them.
No.
Must have had a good Christmas, huh?
They look like they sharpened things during the layoff. Double tight end offense now as Billy Joe Dupree comes in motion left. Pitches back to Laidlaw. He puts on the brakes. Atlanta pursuit is there. Jeff Yates was the man in the red with the initial contact.
There's the fellow that said happy hand grenades. They are letting it all out. It's the option play. That time Roger may have thrown that a little too soon to the outside, but Yates was waiting.
Pennywell came over to help. Greg Brazina is number 50.
They'll go sideline to sideline with you with that defense. Brazina, Kuykendall, Pennywell.
Brazina says we got to put 11 hats on them. Everybody on the defense has got to be around. Loss of 2 on that play. Staubach straight back again. The blitz is on. They pick it up well. In the corner and out of the end zone. Intended for Drew Pearson. Covered by Rick Bias.
The Atlanta secondary, while very aggressive, is very short. By that I mean the tallest one back there is Reed at 5'11". Bias, the man that just made that play, is 5'9". And when you're playing a blitzing type defense all the time, He really makes tough solo coverage when you're giving away at least 2 or 3 inches to every receiver.
Tom Landry, who calls all the plays by shuffling his guards, Burton Lawless and Rafferty. The 26th postseason game for Landry, an NFL record. Tony Hill is split wide to the left, Drew Pearson right. Dorsett and Laidlaw remain the running backs, and they both stay in the block. And Dorsett gets a good block.
Oh!
Rick Bias again on the coverage intended for Tony Hill.
And the safety man came over. That's Pridemore. That ball may have been really hot when it got to Tony Hill.
What's the block by Dorsett?
Okay, let's watch this. Dorsett shifts back. Dorsett will come inside. Tell you they were blitzing again that time. That's pretty good secondary work. Hill didn't really have a good shot at that.
Raphael Septien from 34 yards away from the goalpost with Charlie Waters holding.
He's 10 of 11 up to 30. Let's see what he is from 34.
He's effective. It's good. Dallas breaks on top. 34-yard field goal from Raphael Septien. And with 10:04 left, first quarter, Dallas leads Atlanta by the score of 3-0. Dallas kept the ball 12 plays. They went 57 yards. They got a 34-yard field goal from Raphael Septien, who is ready to kick off right now. Dennis Franklin deep for Atlanta. Dennis Pearson, I beg your pardon.
And he averages about 27 yards at kickoff. This is a good department for Atlanta.
Out of bounds. George Franklin is number 40. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League is prohibited. Septien's kick out of bounds. He'll have to do it this time from the 30.
And the ball may hang up a little bit more, and now you've run your people down into the kickoff, and Pearson has taken one back this year 100 yards. Hey, Whistling Ray's got a new horse this year.
The old one broke down.
First part. He's always the same, and he's always different, isn't he, Whistling Ray?
Ray? He's always happy. He's got a reason to be. Good kick from Septien. It is Dennis Pearson. Penalty marker goes down on the far side of the field, but a good return. Dennis Thurman made the tackle.
That Pearson brings it right up the middle. It's going to be clipping against Atlanta. And we might watch this first offensive series, Pat, after the officials mark this off, and see if the offensive line has trouble blocking that Dallas flex defense. They may hold on offense, too.
Almost everybody does. Let's look at the Atlanta offense.
There's the big rookie, Ken, at the left tackle. Scott, who will be working with Randy White. Van Note, who's been there for almost ever. Thielman, the big young man from Arkansas in his second year, and McKinley.
Personal foul. Clipping. 36 on a return. It's first down.
It's the voice of Cal Lepore. Let's continue the Atlanta setup.
And of course, Mr. Francis, the bomb catcher. Jimmy Mitchell, one of the great tight ends still. And little Billy Rickman, who can do a lot of things.
Bartkowski will have Bubba Bean and Haskell stand back behind him. Stand back leaves for a moment, leaving Bean as the lone setback. We'll tell you about the Dallas defense in just a second. Straight away. Bean, good yardage. Here and Kyle, the cornerback, made the tackle.
This is from a double wingback formation, and I'll tell you, Atlanta's getting big splits in there. Let's see what happens. They get Randy White turned out by Van Note's block, the center. Bubba Bean had over 700 yards and picks up the biggest first down of the season for him.
First down, Atlanta. The Dallas defense, familiar to everybody.
Jones, Cole is in there, Jethro Pugh is out, and of course the three linebackers that can get carried away, can't they?
Very quickly. And the secondary is solid, too. Here's Bean again. Sort of a homecoming for Bubba. He played collegiately at Texas A&M and played well. Cliff Harris made that tackle.
How about Lehman Bennett's strategy, coming out running the ball? The Falcons only averaged about 103 yards rushing per game. And to come out against this kind of a team, the best rushing defense in the NFC, and take it to them twice in a row is rather interesting.
The teams that have moved the ball against them have done it in the air. Atlanta's doing it on the ground so far. Second, Bartkowski is going to throw. Caught by Rickman. And a heck of a catch. And a heck of a throw as well.
Catch number 46 for Billy Rickman. He's 5'10", 160 pounds of just bone and shoulder pads. Good throw by Bartkowski. Notice that quick two-step drop. Just over Benny Barnes. And, of course, he gets wrapped by Cliff Harris.
Benny Barnes never saw the ball, did he?
Good catch, huh?
What a throw. First down, Atlanta. At the Dallas 41. 8:46 left first quarter. Dallas 3. Falcons' first offensive possession. This time he only gets one. Tackle on Bubba Bean made by Randy White.
Little trouble on the line of scrimmage. Randy White is, of course, the peacemaker for Dallas. And he does stop a lot of trouble before it happens.
He would.
This is quite a resurgence for Bartkowski, though, who was really, during preseason, just booed out of the stadium at home.
Eddie LeBaron said he had a very poor preseason, and the fans knew it. 2-yard gain. Haskell stand back, and Bubba Bean running backs. Bartkowski intended for Pearson, the same play they tried just before. A flag is thrown by the official as Cliff Harris took a swipe and a push at the intended receiver.
I thought that maybe Benny Barnes, number 31, was going to get called for using the elbow, but this might be just an unsportsmanlike.
That's what it is. Cliff Harris quickly was saying, "What did I do?" And they're trying to calm him down now.
It's Pearson going up the sidelines, number 81. Barnes had pretty good position, and I think Harris just came over to do the old intimidation factor, which is strong.
Taunting.
Taunting.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 43. Defense, first down.
That is, of course, Cliff Harris.
He's a good Baptist boy, though. He didn't curse, did he? I'll tell you that.
I'm glad you're sure. First down. Bartkowski drops and fires outside. Caught. Wallace Francis, the receiver.
Boy, D.D. Lewis was stuck to him like glue. Of all the people you don't hear about on this Dallas Cowboy team, D.D. Lewis, number 50, might be the steadiest. Let's see what's happening up front, because Bartkowski is getting time to throw, even though they're quick drops.
You see why.
Harvey's being doubled. That's big Ken on him, who's 6'6", 270.
And they held the tight end Mitchell in to help out. Wise choice. Standback sets up on the right side, leaving Bean the lone running back. 2nd and 8 as Bartkowski gives to Bubba Bean. Cut back to the right. Thomas Henderson, the first hit.
Jerry Tubbs, the linebacker coach for the Cowboys and the former original Cowboy, told me that when 56 wants to play, he is perhaps the best outside linebacker in football. And he stays right over the tight end, and he's fast. He can cover guys by himself, and he can really rock.
And enjoys it.
He looks skinny at about 222, doesn't he? Can he hit? Watch Bubba. Lee Hollywood Henderson.
3rd down, about 5. And the Dallas 19 in Mazzetti's range already. Dallas leads 3-0. The 30-second clock ran out, and they'll lose 5.
Like Haskell Standback got lined up in the wrong formation, and some of these formations look new, like they may have put them in to take advantage of what they might be able to do early against Dallas.
Delay offense, 3rd down.
Dallas scored on a 34-yard field goal by Raphael Septien. It'll be 3rd down 10 at Atlanta.
I wonder if Dallas will double on the outside and let Henderson cover Mitchell all by himself.
Mark Washington comes out with Francis. Rickman is split wide on the other side. Aaron Kyle, it appears, has him alone. And now they retreat to get him help. Left-handed maneuver, and it's complete. That ought to be enough for a first down, or very nearly.
And Wallace Francis is some kind of a receiver. Remember, they lost Alfred Jenkins early in the year, one of the good receivers. A rollout. This time, Bartkowski put both backs in front of him to get the extra blocking. By the way, this ball was really hummed. A short out. It's good.
Mark Washington pushed him back and out of bounds, and it's close enough to measure.
And Brunig's going to make sure for Dallas, huh?
They have it.
This is some impressive drive.
It is.
Even though there was one flag dropped in it, Atlanta's going right at the strength of this Dallas team. Look at this roll right. Tell you, Bartkowski fired that one.
An overcast, cold day in Dallas. But I don't think anybody in the stadium knows it at the moment. Draw play to Bubba Bean, and he might score.
Oh.
He does. Bubba Bean on quite an effort on a draw play from Bartkowski.
And Dave Scott, the offensive left guard, and Ken, the big offensive tackle, the rookie, they did a heck of a job setting up this draw. Watch the right part of your screen. That's Randy White. Woo, Scott may have gotten away with a little holding, but it's too fast. Bubba's by and gone. See you later.
Charlie Waters hit Bean at about the 2. But he had decided the Falcons should be on the board. John James, a holder for Tim Mazzetti, and it's good. Atlanta takes the lead with 6 minutes and 25 seconds left. First quarter, Falcons 7, Cowboys 3.
Mazzetti is 19 for 19.
Handles a press conference any better than Tom Landry does?
No, but he looks like he might be a little concerned right now.
He has reason to be.
Bartkowski, by the way, is 3 of 4 for 34 yards and very impressive rolling out.
A good-looking drive for the Atlanta Falcons, and they lead 7-3. Mazzetti. It'll be Butch Johnson to handle at the 9. And the Atlanta Falcons are down in good shape, led by Ron McCartney, number 56, the first man there.
Spider-Man comes to CBS, huh?
Tell you more about that in a minute, but let's go down to the sideline to the great John Unitas and see what he's got.
Thank you, Pat. And what I want to do is just a great comparison of benches. The Cowboy bench is completely quiet with no laughter or anything over there. They've just been scored upon, and the difference down here between that bench and the Falcons, everybody's really up for the football game. And looks like we've got a great one right on our hands.
Here it does. Johnny, you looks a little chilly down there.
It's cold.
He can still play.
Staubach goes and throws to Jackie Smith. And the veteran gets a Dallas first down before Frank Reed takes him out of bounds. He can still run.
Jackie Smith's first catch of the year. Picked up from St. Louis. They've really off the waiver sheet. A naked reverse by Staubach. He could have run with it himself, but it's much smarter to give it to somebody that still runs a 4.78 40.
And still weighs 230. And still loves to play. Jackie Smith. First down, Dallas at their own 42. Atlanta leads 7-3 with 6:09 left first quarter. Staubach throws high. That one took off. Intended for Drew Pearson. Bias on the defense.
Bias had pretty good position. I wonder if Roger very quickly read it and decided to airmail that one. He's going to have to really do some reading against this Atlanta defense because they don't give you the same front. And sometimes they'll fake the blitz and sometimes they'll send everybody.
Temperature now has dropped down below freezing, down to 30. They're expecting, as I said before, freezing rain later today. Tonight. And tomorrow the snow will arrive, if they're correct. 2nd and 10, Dallas. Staubach has more time, and again the ball sails over the outstretched hands of Billy Joe Dupree. Frank Reed covering him. Some of the sharpness seems to have disappeared from the Dallas offense.
That time they sent 2 linebackers. They fake coming with about 7. Remember, Roger now is given a number by the guard that brings it into the huddle, and then he fabricates the whole play around that. He gets the formation, the man in motion, what they're going to do after he's told just a simple number by the guard.
And he will operate from shotgun. He has stopped going up into the center at all. They just walk out and line up into the shotgun where they used to shift every time. Rosina was blitzing, and again he was intended for Preston Pearson, but the ball sailed high for the 3rd straight time, and Roger sailed down.
Well, Famawina and Brazina both went through with their charges and hit Roger Staubach. The official was right on top of it. Look, Brazina getting blocked to the right part of your screen. Watch him keep up. That's the reason he got 8 sacks. They continue their charge, and the official looks. No malice, no intent meant.
Famawina made the first contact.
It's a lot.
275. Danny White's first appearance. Dallas' first punt, first one in the game. They take off with it. He's going to have the first down. Danny White, who is an excellent athlete, gets the first down for Dallas. Bob Glazebrook made the tackle, but Danny White scrambles for a first down.
Last week against the New York Jets, he had to punt one on the run up at Shea Stadium. And that time, nobody for Atlanta forced from the weak side. Danny White looks like he knows what he's doing. Watch number 11 now. He will watch the backers drop. He'll go ahead and act like he's going to take his step. Nobody forces. He goes right up behind them. Of course, at the end of this trail, a lot of red shirts show up.
That looked like it was a design play. He had some blockers out in front quickly. Dallas gets the first down at the Atlanta 46. Scott Laidlaw breaks into the secondary. Takes his balance. Laidlaw.
We saw him start his first game on Thanksgiving Day against the Redskins. He broke a 59-yarder that day, had over 100 yards. He's clever. He doesn't overpower you. But I'll tell you one thing, he makes you hump to get him down.
Frank Reed finally made the tackle on Laidlaw. Another Dallas first down at the Atlanta 25.
There's that quick draw.
Didn't want to go down, did he? Dorsett comes in motion. Laidlaw gets the handoff. Jeff Murrow made the tackle, but Laidlaw got 4 before he went down.
Time they pulled the left tackle right on through the hole. Donovan got through the hole, but the ball carrier suffered a little bit.
Make it a gain of 3 by Laidlaw, so it's 2nd and 7 at the 22.
Famawina's in, the nose man, so the Falcons are anticipating pass by Roger the Dodger.
Pearson split wide left. Tony Hill lined up inside. And Roger comes back. Blitz is on and the screen to Dorsett. He gets inside the 15 and goes out of bounds, hit by Dewey McQueen. It ought to be another Dallas first down. It is.
Remember the first game of the year against Baltimore when 33 went 91 yards with a screen pass? There's Donovan making sure, cutting down. Now the wall is already formed, and I'll tell you, Roger Staubach waited a long time to squeeze it off.
Burton Lawless, number 66, checks in with a play for Staubach. It is first down Dallas at the Atlanta 13. Lehman Bennett's team leads by the score of 7-3. The Miracle Falcons. What a season they've had.
He's working on that gum, isn't he?
He did very well at the press conference last night, too. Is on, and Staubach is through. Tony Hill juggles it. He's out of bounds. He finally got it, but when he went out of bounds, he was still juggling.
They call the young man from Long Beach Poly High School Thrill Hill. He was the greatest baseball player in Southern California, averaged 26 points a game in basketball. Look what he almost does. just out.
What a career he had at Stanford as well.
He may have one in Dallas, too, I think.
I think so. Rick Bias. That's Mike Ditka standing behind Tom Landry, and the other is Gil Brandt, the so-called super scout. Ditka jogs about 3 or 4 miles every day still. In full equipment. Laidlaw. Touchdown. Oh, what good blocking up front by the 2 guards of John Fitzgerald.
Herbert Scott, number 68, got a super block, and Fitzgerald went through. And you're right, this crowd is purely Texas. Boy, can they whoop it up. All right, you're the Atlanta secondary. Watch Fitzgerald right in the middle of your screen. He takes Bomber on him. Tell you, Laidlaw hit that hole in a hurry.
Sure did. And Dallas recaptures the lead. Raphael Septien will try to add the extra point with Charlie Waters holding. It is Dallas 10, Atlanta 7.
Here's the touchdown. Was it good blocking, or did Laidlaw hit that hole in a hurry? Maybe it was both.
It was both.
Herbert Scott, the 4-year guard. Watch him to the left of your screen, 68. Take Kuykendall, cut off the linebacker, and Rafferty and Fitzgerald have gotten Famuina out of there, and that is a touch.
And Laidlaw got through there in a hurry. Septien to kick off. Dennis Pearson will be in the middle, but he won't handle. It'll be Tom Pridemore at about his own 7. He finally stumbles on the artificial turf. Robert Steele got a hand on him. Tonight on CBS, Spider-Man and Demon Seed, starring Julie Christie.
Spider-Man, all right. You can hang from tall buildings, right? By a thread or whatever.
Fritz Weaver will co-star with Julie Christie and Demon Seed. The drama of a woman trapped by forces she is powerless to control. Okay. Haskell's stand back did not quite make it back to the line of scrimmage. Henderson, D.D. Lewis, everybody.
Boy, D.D. Lewis really got a tackle. Penetrated, hit him at the knees, and dropped him. And don't forget that Atlanta was 2-6 on the road. They like that Fulton County Stadium back in the Southland.
And Dallas likes it here. They were 7-1 here, is that right?
7-1 at home.
Minnesota defeated them on a Thursday night. It'll be 2nd and 10, and Bartkowski drops and throws and overthrows. Intended for Alfred Jackson, the sprinter from Texas.
Bartkowski sort of loaded that one up and threw a sailor. He's talking to himself about it. Pretty good blocking on the line of scrimmage. McKinley's doing a pretty good job on Ed Jones. He's cutting him at the line of scrimmage and trying to get those gigantic arms down. Otherwise, Bartkowski won't even be able to see. 6'9".
George Franklin goes into the Atlanta backfield, and Haskell standback comes out. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Falcons. That's Franklin. And that Franklin has an Atlanta first down. Stopped by Benny Barnes, and Mark Washington helped out, along with Too Tall Jones from behind.
Franklin only had 1 carry for the entire season. He's a good athlete. Lehman Bennett, in answer to your question yesterday, said the best athlete on my squad might be Franklin.
And you might see him, he said.
And watch number 43 miss him. You don't see Harris use the fingernails for tackling very often.
Franklin is 6'3" and 225. Standback is back there again, and Thomas Henderson wraps Steve Bartkowski.
We don't hear a lot about the Dallas blitz, but they come from center field. That time Harris came from one side, and Henderson came right in. Bartkowski takes it pretty well. Remember, he has been often injured in this league. He only played, 21 games his first 3 seasons. But he's big and strong.
Lehman Bennett, talking to some of the Falcon coaches before the game, they were saying he is the most remarkable man on the sideline. They have never seen him lose his poise. Never seen him get rattled.
Maybe that's the reason they're here.
That's got to have something to do with it. A quick draw on second down. Haskell stand back the ball carrier. Stopped quickly.
This is careful time. You got a punter like James. You might even think about booting it deep down in the corner and not putting this ball up. Boy, does Dallas love to get you so they can go to that nickel defense.
Just over a minute, and now exactly a minute left to play in the first quarter. It's Dallas 10, Atlanta 7. 3rd and 14 situation for the Falcons. Everybody standing on both benches. Take the pitch. Too tall Jones and Randy White. Too tall was there first.
Watch the big tackle, McKinley trying to get back. The receiver will not have a chance because number 10 didn't. As we said, Ed Jones is not only 6'9", 275, but he is very quick.
Alfred Jackson with the receiver we had isolated. John James, and watch the unusual stance he assumes back there when he kicks.
You know, he hasn't been dropping the ball very well. He had twins about 3 weeks ago, and he's still a very nervous new father, they say.
Good snap. Ooh, a line shot. Butch Johnson fumbles it, and Atlanta has it. What a play. Moriarty led the Atlanta coverage, and the ball bounced right to it. Atlanta's in great shape.
And their special teams do a job. The ball goes. That will be considered either a muff or a fumble. I'm not sure.
That's a muff.
But Moriarty was right on the muff.
Got the perfect bounce, and the Falcons have the football with 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They're down by only 3.
And they're not waiting until the fourth quarter.
Any doubts about them being outclassed should be over by now. They came to take part in the contest. Bartkowski fakes and is dropped by Larry Cole. Second sack of Steve Bartkowski.
Oh, Bubba, they call him, number 63. Been there through all the great teams. Doesn't get much publicity. But I'll tell you something, he'll get you a big sack. Watch the left part of your screen. He is what they call barn strong. Somehow he splits 3 different blocks and makes the sack as Steve puts it away and tries to run.
And that'll do it for the first quarter as Lehman Bennett has his team ready to play. No question about it. It's Dallas 10, Atlanta 7 after 1 quarter at Texas Stadium. Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire at Texas Stadium, where it's Dallas 10, Atlanta 7. The Falcons are in Cowboy territory. George Franklin and Bubba Bean, the setbacks for Atlanta. That's Franklin. Back to the original line of scrimmage before Harvey Martin made the tackle. Dave Stahl's in the game for Dallas, and he's played well lately.
Must have been against the computer, sort of a strange call on 2nd and long. Maybe the thing about a Mazzetti field goal attempt.
Well, he can get it there.
Franklin, by the way, is the second-year man from Texas A&I. As you said, Patrick, big, strong. Right now he's sort of crude in football ways, but he looks like he might play a little bit.
He sure does look like a good athlete. It'll be 3rd down for the Atlanta Falcons. And it's Franklin again. Cliff Harris with the sure tackle made the first contact. And Mazzetti should touch John James.
Well, I'll tell you, that was some pursuit by that Dallas bunch because Henderson was cut down by Van Note, the center, and the play looked real good, as it usually does. Hey, here's Mazzetti now.
He is in. James will hold.
Here's the play. To the left of your screen now, you'll see Van Note coming out to the very left and just cut Hollywood down. And all of a sudden, the play comes apart. It's like Custer at the Little Bighorn, right?
Atlanta's in danger of letting the 30-second clock expire, and that might take him out of range. This will be from 42 yards out. A little bit further than that.
The longest one he's tried this year.
Oh, he's got enough distance. We have a tie as Mazzetti hits. He was 13 out of 16 in the regular season. He's a fine kicker.
And he used to be my favorite bartender back in Philadelphia.
Atlanta punter John James, in every attempt to stay warm, has a glove on his foot. It's going to be Butch Johnson in his own end zone, about a yard deep. The reverse goes to Thomas Henderson. Oh, he's got a super block on the other side of the field. He slipped down and he might have hurt himself.
He's got a good block, and I don't believe a clip is being called. Remember that, the opening play of Super Bowl 10, if I recall.
With Henderson then.
And Henderson came all the way over the 50 that time against Pittsburgh.
Almost broke it.
Looks like he might be limping a little bit. They nicked him.
In fact, in that game, Girella, the kicker, had to make the tackle on Henderson. They might meet again. But first, Atlanta presents a small problem.
And you know something? The fakes didn't get rid of many people, did they? They went right over and made the tackle.
Ernie Jackson's shaken up just a little bit. For the Atlanta team, walks off slowly, number 30. Dallas will start from its own 23. 10-10 tie. Staubach is 4 out of 11. He had a hot start, but he cooled off. 5 now. Tony Hill is driven back by Rick Bias. And way back.
Bias is 5'9", 175 out of Wayne State. And you know, when your team blitzes all the time, your cornerbacks don't have any fingernails. They're biting them off all the way to the elbow. And he and Lawrence just keep banging people.
They almost always wind up with single coverage. Not much help when you blitz a lot. Robin Lawrence, talking about covering Drew Pearson and Tony Hill, said, "I'm going to be on him like a bee." Tony Hill goes in motion. They try to run the flanker trap with Dorsett carrying the ball. They've got to get a couple. Jim Bailey made the contact first.
Big Jim collapsed that play. Actually, you're absolutely right. Tony Hill came in from the flanker spot and trapped inside. We've seen it a lot with Pearson coming back the other way, but that's the first time I've seen number 80 trapping.
We've seen Butch Johnson do it a few times, too. Andy Frederick is in the Dallas lineup in place of Rayfield Wright. Or Rayfield may still be in there, and we may have 3 tight ends. That's correct. Wright is lined up as a tight end. Jackie Smith outside Rayfield. You would figure that would be the point of attack, and Dorsett lowers his head and gets the Dallas first down. Robert Pennywell, the Atlanta tackler, with help from Rick Bias, but Dorsett gets the first.
That's about the first time I've really seen him put the left shoulder down and go into a hole looking for a first down and not looking for 100. And he banged in it that time.
Usually he's more of a dancer than that.
He just lowered it and got it.
Andy Frederick is at right tackle for Dallas. They operate from their own 37. And they operate with the score tied at 10-10. Staubach gets away from the blitz, gets Billy Joe Dupree. And Billy Joe stays this on his feet, gets into Atlanta territory, is stopped by Rollin Lawrence. But another first down, Dallas. Where'd he come from?
That was a great play. They actually brought the man in motion back to the bottom of the screen and made that the strong. The left side of your screen now becomes the strong side. So the fake is to that way. You can see that the linemen are taking it, and now he screens back to his tight end who's just sneaking back. And B.J. Dupree has had some kind of a year. Pro Bowl and all. That's looking forward after they get their playoff ideas gone.
9 Pro Bowlers on the Dallas team. None for Atlanta. Scores tied 10-10.
Editorial note.
They blitz, and Dallas picks it up. The throw to Tony Hill is high. Let's go down to John Unitas.
Thank you, Pat. They're standing down here with Henderson, who hurt his ankle on the kickoff play. He seems to be all right. It's bothering him quite a little bit right now. We don't know whether he's going to get in this half or not.
That just looks like true grit down there. He's got Jeff Murrow put a lot of pressure on Roger Staubach that time, and we've said it before, but when Roger is inaccurate, it's usually high.
He had an extra week's layoff. He didn't play at all against the Jets the final week of the season, and Danny White did a heck of a job. Sweep to Dorsett. Dorsett has another Dallas first down. Tom Frydmore from the Atlanta secondary made the tackle, but Tony D cut back with more authority that time.
That time, Bennett's Atlanta team was in that three-man front. Now watch what happens. Dorsett runs between Pennywell, the linebacker coming over. Watch number 59. A little bit of a block by Scott, but Dorsett doesn't need a lot. He could run in a vacuum, I'll tell you.
He got down to the Atlanta 35 with 9:36 left in the first half. The score is tied at 10 apiece. Laidlaw, and this time no place to go. Robert Pennywell hit him first.
Looks like some of the blitzing has been called off by Atlanta. I would imagine the Dallas feeling was that they have to really block the linebackers. Brzezina, Pennywell, Kuykendall, or you really can't move the ball against Atlanta.
Two tight ends set up for the Cowboys with Jackie Smith lined up on the right side of the offensive line and Billy Joe Dupree on the left. Drew Pearson split out wide to the right. Staubach looked for him. Still has time to look. Ooh, Billy Joe Dupree had been standing out for a long time with Rick Bias, and Staubach almost waited too long.
Oh, the offensive line allowed Roger to look first to Drew Pearson, who ran a short out to the left of your screen from the eye. Watch how long he reloads it about 4 times and safety valves it to the tight end that was lined up as a split left receiver.
And Bias had a chance perhaps to cut in front of BJ and take off.
Falcons only have 12 interceptions because they're so busy playing man-to-man and blitz.
Preston Pearson joins Dorsett in the backfield for Dallas with Staubach. Third down. They are blitzing. Pearson had it, dropped it. They call it an incomplete pass. He almost made a remarkable catch.
I think number 89, Dupree, thought the ball was for him. They're talking it over now. From the shotgun. They call it El Shotguno down here. A little bit of pressure this time. Now watch Dupree think he's going to get it. And of course Pearson's going for it. I think Pearson might have drifted too far upfield. He was probably supposed to take it to the sidelines and pull it up.
Charlie Waters will hold for Raphael Septien from 48 yards out. What wind there is against Septien. He'll do well to get it there. He does with about 4 yards to spare. Raphael Septien from 48 yards out puts Dallas back in the lead, 13-10 with 7:38 left in the first half. Round 2 in the playoffs of 1978. The Falcons beat Philadelphia last week, another one of their miracle finishes. And now they're against the world champions, the defenders. Denver, who played Dallas last year in the Super Bowl at the New Orleans Superdome, will not be back. They lost to Pittsburgh today.
That's Pearson.
He can go. Septien takes him out of bounds. A flag is dropped. Septien, they feel, might have used a little bit too much of a violent tackle.
I think it was unsportsmanlike. He just wrapped him across the helmet with his forearm. 10 years ago, that's the way most people tackle on the sidelines, but it's verboten. Good run back by Pearson.
We'd like to see it again. Mechanically, though, we've had some problems with our playback equipment, and we will not be able to show it to you again. We can listen to what Cal Lepore said.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 1. Defense, first down.
Raphael Septien, the violator. The NFC playoffs tomorrow. Don't forget, Minnesota Vikings against Los Angeles at the Coliseum.
That's always a good matchup.
And don't forget the NFL today with Brent, Irv, and James. A draw play again to Bubba Bean, and he struggles for 4-5 before Henderson, back in the game, takes him down.
That was really a fast play. It was a draw lead with Haskell Staubach going in front. Watch number 24 go in front of the drawback, Bubba Bean, number 44. Haskell goes through. Pretty good block on Larry Cole, and Van Note made sure he wasn't holding. I tell you, Atlanta's on the attack.
Bean scored the Falcon touchdown on that same play. Make it 2nd and 5. Bean again. Randy White made the tackle. Oh, the first contact, he had some help quickly.
Bubba Bean played his ball down at Texas Aggies, and his only problem in 3 years as a pro is staying together. He could get those injuries that just don't let a running back take the punishment. But today he looks like he's rather bullish.
5'11", 195. Two tight ends for Atlanta now. James Wright and the veteran Jim Mitchell. Lined up to the right side. They go away from it. Bob Brunick, the first tackler. Cliff Harris came up.
Didn't get to the line.
Being the
little decision here for Lehman Bennett, huh?
Bean was the Atlanta ball carrier. It would be from 48 yards if they try to go with Mazzetti, but they're not going to. George Franklin comes in.
Watch the pursuit. Short yardage. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's done.
Lehman Bennett has decided we'll go for it.
I like it.
About a foot. Let's see if they like it. Franklin will sweep right, and he'll have it. You're right, Thomas. He is a good-looking runner.
He didn't want to fumble that ball, did he? All he wanted was the first down.
D.D. Lewis, the tackler.
Here it is from the eye, the toss back. Bubba Bean out in front. Van Note, the center, gets out very quickly for a guy who's just snapped the ball, makes a good block, and both arms around the hog bladder. Boy, I like to see a coach gamble. Happy hand grenades. It's a big day for him.
And a first down at the Dallas 27. Dallas leads 13-10. Bartkowski swings out to his left. He's got his man. Wallace Francis spins around. He goes out of bounds by Benny Barnes.
All week long, we've been hearing criticism of Bartkowski's movement in the pocket. He's not agile. He's too big. He's 6'4". You're looking at a man that's very agile. Wallace Francis, the short out. Now the problem begins with him. 89 can fly.
He is very quick.
Well, watch this throw by number 10, moving to his left. This is the Bartkowski that we've never seen before. Confident and throwing it on the dead run. That's a good throw.
Steve Bartkowski. The goal and the hope when he was drafted by the Falcons, and until this year, all those hopes have been a little bit pewtered. Bubba Bean stopped by Larry Cole, but he might have another Atlanta first down. He's very close.
Pretty good little move by Bubba right in the hole. It was sealed off by Cole and Henderson, and he just sort of did almost a skateboard move right between them. Fine, we'll let go.
The measurement says Falcons do have it.
By 3/4 of a football.
9 carries for 45 yards. Only one runner this year has gained over 100 yards against this Dallas defense. That was Chuck Foreman.
And Fran threw the ball so many times that night for Minnesota, you didn't realize that Foreman was getting 100, did you?
Nope. Steve Bartkowski finds himself with a first down at the Dallas 17. And is going to throw on first down. Got his man. Touchdown, Wallace Francis. Charlie Waters on the coverage, but the Falcons are back on the scoreboard again.
Francis will catch the ball in traffic. Last week, of course, he catches a big touchdown to beat Philadelphia late. This time he sliced right between Benny Barnes and I believe it was Waters. Watch this throw, folks. A man from California has arrived. That's a Hummer. Boy, what a catch. It was Cliff Harris, not Charlie Waters and Benny Barnes.
Mazzetti hits again. It's the Falcons now 17, the Cowboys 13. With 4 minutes, 26 seconds left to play in the first half, Falcons look tough.